Hey, everybody in the USA, Canada, and a few people at night in Africa and the United Kingdom, and some other parts of Europe as well, I believe. It's great to have you all here today. Thank you so much. Yes, our My Most Trusted Premium launch is kicking off, and I just want to congratulate the team. My team of 6, 7 of us have put in a lot of sleepless nights over this. It has been absolute chaos in a good way. And like any kind of we're not a startup because we have something that's real, that's been working for a while right now. So we're kind of in that no man's land between a startup and a scale up. If anyone's got a name for that, hell, maybe not a bad term. No, kidding. It's actually really an amazing experience, guys. But for those of you who've been where I've been, you'll get it. But hopefully, we've really built something truly special and truly amazing today. So I'm just going to switch over. It's wonderful to see so many faces, some new people. The first thing I'd like to do is I would love you guys to just put in the chat. Are you a newbie to My Most Trusted, or have you used My Most Trusted? So the question is, have you used My Most Trusted before, or do you have it installed now? Put yes. If you don't know what My Most Trusted is, or you're brand new, please can you put no? If you could just quickly chuck that into the chat, that would be fantastic. Okay, so a lot of yeses. Oh, quite a few newbies. A couple of no's coming through there. A couple of brand news. Ian, brand new. Okay. Okay, so I'd say about 60-40 in favor of people who've used it. But I would guess a lot of you guys haven't used it to the full potential. And that's one of the reasons that we're here today. Yeah, I can see a couple of heads nodding. So that's the reason today. So if you have not used My Most Trusted before, this is going to still make sense to you. And at the end, in the last 15 minutes, Cherie is going to run a breakout room. And in that breakout room, she's going to take the newbies to start just getting started. All right, so there's something for everybody here today. But really what I'm trying to do today is give you a couple of features that I am hoping that are just going to change everything about that you thought about networking and making connections, but at the same time, maintain the human element. And I'm going to be talking about that a lot today. So welcome new people who are just joining us as well. I'm just going to share my screens now. And yeah, let's get going. All right, so welcome everybody. Over 3,000 users right now are using My Most Trusted. If you include the white labeled versions, which are used by networking clubs and business groups around the world, people who we support significantly, that is closer to 4,000 active users around the world. So we support anybody that runs a networking group, business club, etc. And some of you guys are on this call today. And if you run a business club or with a business network and they're not working with us, we would love to be able to partner with you guys. Why? Because we believe that business networking, human to human, is so important. Now, it doesn't mean you have to be a networker to use My Most Trusted. It just means you have to value the authenticity of trusted relationships. If you don't value the authenticity of trusted relationships, then probably not the best forum for you. But I think everybody here pretty much does it. It's ingrained in us. But we have competition to our humanity right now in the form of mainstream AI, some of which is great, some of which is devious to say the least. We got things like bots and chatbots, which can be amazing, and they can also completely fool you into believing that you're dealing with a real human being. And this I have a problem with. It's when bots pretend to be human online, they open conversations with you, they fake interest in your product or service, and they steal your data. And this is happening more and more. Intelligent spam. My gosh, just when you thought you couldn't get rid of spam, now it's become intelligent. It knows who you are. It knows your personality type, and it knows how to spam you using messages and wording that you're most likely to resonate with. It just gets better and better. You have automated content tools. Some of them are brilliant. Some of them are amazing. But at the same time, sometimes it gets taken too far. I can tell you right now that 1/3 of all internet traffic is fake, and approximately 25% at least of all social media traffic, including LinkedIn, is fake. Many of the comments and on posts that you see on your posts and other people's are automated tools that are deliberately doing that. And I'm not going to go into detail about that today. We're not against them, but I just want you to know that we are very much about the human connection. And what I'm going to be talking you guys today is how we're going to, uplift the role that humans play in the connection business so that you're dealing with somebody that you absolutely know and trust. Of course, you got virtual assistants, and now you've got your AI virtual assistants. And as I said before, many post responses and comments, especially on LinkedIn, all AI driven and completely fake. So we're kind of in a situation right now where AI is here, and it simulates humanity with ruthless accuracy. This is 5-year-old technology I'm showing you here. All 4 of these photographs, completely fake. And that was 5, 6, 7 years ago that this technology was out. You can imagine how good it is now. We as businesses need to come together, and we need to come together in a human way and work on the power of referrals and introductions so that you can work with people that you trust. Quick little story. My sister-in-law is trying to sell her house and she needs something from the council. The council is demanding all kinds of documentations from people that worked on her house, and people are like all over the place, and she's trying to get certificates, and some of them are even asking for money to get those certificates, because at the end of the day, you know, I often think back, and if every single person that was responsible for building her house was actually a referral, it would have been a completely different story. But when you're out there shopping for the cheapest quote, and it's people you don't really know, it opens yourself up to so much more antagonism within the world. So as business owners, we're all about doing business with people we trust. And that's really what My Most Trusted has done. So should referrals, warm introductions, and partnerships be at the heart of our client strategy? Give me a quick yes in the chat, or no if you don't agree, but I think you do. Yes, how do you feel, guys? Do you believe that this is important to you? I hope everybody says yes. Feel free to, and here they're all coming in. Definitely, yeah. Heck yes, yes. Okay, so a lot of yeses coming in. So this is great to see, guys, and I'm glad you appreciate this. What I'm trying to say here, because it really does come down to the referrals, warm introductions, and you know, just that humanity in business. My favorite quote, which I made up in terms of business, so it's me. I don't think anybody, maybe somebody said something similar. I'm sure you guys all agree. You've got your own version of this quote, but your first degree keeps your business going. It's your second degree that makes you rich. What do I mean by that? Your clients, your customers, the people that you know in business, the people you meet at networking, they will always keep your business going. You're probably not going to starve as a result of the people close to you in your business. But if you really want to make it, you've got to get into their trusted connections. In other words, they need to refer you into the people that they know. And that second degree is where the real fun is. And My Most Trusted is designed to support you in the quest to tap into that second degree. Because if you can crack that, then it's just amazing. And I know we've got Tom Matson on the call today, who's an absolute master of this. And yeah, great to have you on board with that, Tom. Why are we here today? Right. I would like you to put in the chat, please. What percentage of your business comes from referrals and introductions and your revenue? Just give me a percentage, a thumbs up. Wow, they're coming out quickly. 95, 97.2%. That's a good one. I like it. Tom Madsen again measures everything. Desiree, 80%, Dennis, 100%, 20%. So there's always someone, a lot of people out there, especially if you're in different businesses, not everyone's going to be more than 50 to 75%. Andrew says all of it. Pauline, 80%, 95%, 85%, 80, 80, 80, 80, 97. They're just coming in here. So you can see your majority of your business revenue comes from referrals. So you don't have to answer this, don't worry. This is rhetorical. Do you have all of your trusted connections? And I'm not talking about all your connections like a CRM where you just chucked everybody into a database, or a MailChimp or a CRM, which is great. We encourage you absolutely to do that. But do you have all of your trusted connections, rhetorical question, in one place that you can call on them? They're not just part of your LinkedIn connections. They're not just part of your CRM. They're not written in a book somewhere. That your real trusted your real trusted connections. And that's what we want to do. We want to create that, get those trusted connections in a single place. And that's really what my Most Trusted is about. Because if you look after your trusted connections, the second degree is what makes you rich. And this is, again, the most important thing. And the referrals are always coming from your business network. I know this sounds like the most obvious thing you've ever heard in your life. Referrals come from your business network. Well, where else are they going to come from? Yes, but my question is, are you really looking after and nurturing that first degree, your business network around you? Because you can't do it just by LinkedIn. It's about keeping your business network close to you, nurturing them, because they're the ones who make you successful. So today, while we're here, we're going to help you bring your trusted connections, your business connections, into one place. And it's about creating win-win partnerships. Words like win-win, partnerships, synergies, these are the words we want to create. How to help each other. So it's not about hard selling. It's about building great partnerships. Just put in the chat for me, please. How many people do you have in your network right now that are really, really great at sending you referrals? Just write down the number. Stick it in the chat. Roughly, doesn't have to be exact. 100, Gary, I need to meet you because you've got the solution to the world's problems. Michael, 5, Tom, 20 to 25, Paul, 13, 20 to 30, Denise says 10, 10, a couple of 10s. Who else has got them? 15. This is the business. Now I'm just going to wait, give you a few more seconds. Anyone else want to put 0? If you got 0, you can be honest. Pauline also says 15. Put a low number if it's low. Just be honest. I'm just really interested to hear how many people send you referrals regularly, or not necessarily regularly, but good quality referrals. There's another 10 that's come in. So not too bad, guys. This is impressive. Now, let me ask you this. Of those, I'd say it's about 10 to 15 people on average. Of those, what percentage of your revenue comes from those 10 people? What percentage of your revenue comes from those 15 people? See what I'm doing here? 60%, 80%. Now the numbers are starting to go up. 82%. Do you see what I'm asking? I want you to tell me what percentage of your revenue comes from a very small number of people. And look at the numbers. Cherie says 30%. Otherwise, we've got 82%. Just a guess, guys. We have a 40%. We got 60%. Every one of you has put a significant number. 80%. It's all significant numbers. Once again, a very small number of people gives you a significant number of your amount of your revenue. It's those partnerships and relationships that make you successful. 60%, 50 to 60%. This is your business. If you don't have this, I don't know how you build a business. It's very difficult because you can't just do Facebook ads all your life. All right. So here we are, guys, and we're doing it without spam, without bots, and without the fakeness that we see so much of social media today. Every single person, and we're getting between 50 and 100 new people a day as connections, trusted connections coming into our database. Every single one of those is vetted and verified because an individual has taken the time to add them. Every single one of the 22,000 people in our greater database is a real person that can be met. It's not like LinkedIn, which is amazing in some ways, but a pain in others, because you've got thousands and thousands of LinkedIn connections, but they're all jumbled and a lot of fake profiles, a lot of bots, a lot of spammers. This is about getting it into that private network of those people that you know and trust. Right. So let's talk about the Trustometer. For those of you who've been using My Most Trusted, you will have noticed this interesting little guy pop up on your screen. It's called the Trustometer. On the bottom right over here, just at the bottom center, you'll see the Trustometer popping up on LinkedIn. And here it is in slightly bigger. So you'll notice that the Trustometer is a little guide that we built to help people work with My Most Trusted and actually get introductions, get referrals, make introductions, make what we call golden recommendations, which are personal recommendations, not like that LinkedIn recommendation, which just anybody can do. A proper recommendation. And actually you work your way up the Trustometer in a fun and engaging way. So you start off as newbie and you go to junior networker and you get to senior networker and then you get to super connector and then you get to trusted advocate. And when you get to each phase, there's a reward. For example, at senior networker, you get invited to our senior networkers lounge. Super connectors get to be in our super connector hall of fame, and trusted connectors are just worshipped as deities because you are just the greatest. We actually work with them on how to monetize your network from there. And it's not difficult to move up. But as I told somebody today, moving your way up the Trustometer is giving and taking. You've got to give and you've got to take. So you have to give recommendations, you have to give introductions and referrals, and you have to get them and actually book meetings to work your way up the Trustometer. And as you'll find with My Most Trusted, it really isn't that difficult to do. I teach everybody how to do this in the Chronicles of My Most Trusted, which is my YouTube playlist, and I'm consistently adding new videos to this. These short little videos, you can see 2 minutes 54, 2 minutes, 6 minutes, 4 minutes. They're pretty short videos. They'll very quickly show you how to get that working and really getting using My Most Trusted properly. Right, guys. Now we're going to talk about the good stuff. So I'm going to ask you for the next 7 or 8 minutes to pay the most attention that you're going to make. I know you guys are all paying attention completely to every word I'm saying, but now I'd like to show you, and you could look at my screen. This is the most important part that I'm going to show you now. It is super, super exciting. So what's the difference between the free version and premium version? This first one is critical. It's called the community activity. And then I'm going to link that with something called Match Me. All right. So the community activity, right, is still available on the free version. Now, a lot of people ask me, Scott, Scott, like, are you just trying to make money out of this? And, like, how is this going to work? Are you going to force everybody to upgrade? We're not forcing you to upgrade. We are hoping that we are able to give you enough new features over and above the free version that will make you just go, I have to upgrade. It's a no-brainer. That's what I'm hoping you guys will do today. And at only $24 a month, because it's an entry special, for those of you who have supported us throughout the years, that price is going to double from the 1st of September. We want to give something back, but there's a real hard cost to what I'm going to show you now in the next few minutes. But this community activity combined with the scoring I'm going to show you is, I hope, going to make your jaw, put your jaw on the floor. All right, so let me give you a little bit of an introduction. So with the new version of My Most Trusted, you have the Trust-O-Meter, but what you can now do is you can see what other people in your community are doing. So as you add more trusted connections to your own private network and get them out of LinkedIn, away from the mishmash of people you don't know, spammers, bots, you take the people you know and trust and you put them into your own private network using My Most Trusted. You can see what they're doing. So for example, your connection Gulshan just installed the extension, which is showing me that Gulshan, my friend who I add as a trusted connection, has now become part of the community. Your connection, Desiree, I think Desiree is actually on this today. That's a bit of a coincidence. Hi, Desiree. Added Kerry. Desiree added Cole, etc., etc. You can see Desiree's been very busy. In fact, I guess I'm using Desiree as a guinea pig today. So what it's doing is it's telling you what your community is up to. It also says, for example, like your connection has just attained a junior networker status. It lets you know when they go up. I'll show you guys, watch. I'm going to show you how this is going to really all fall into place in a few seconds, because you might be like, this is interesting, but do I really care what anyone else is doing? I'll show you. I promise. All right. So Katie Nelson added Molly, and Adrian gave me a golden recommendation. You legend, Adrian. This is a golden recommendation, which means he put his name on the line to tell people in the network that I'm a trusted, good person. And that's what a golden recommendation is. Okay. What does all this kind of stuff mean? Okay. How does this all relate? Well, you're going to start seeing community activity happen more and more within the network, and you can see each other's trusted connections within the network. In other words, as I add my trusted connections and Alan adds his trusted connections, I can see his trusted connections. He can see my trusted connections, and we can start asking for introductions. So I had a guy today who wants to meet estate agents, and boom, 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 boom. In it goes, bang. I can literally set meetings up with 20 estate agents straight away. It won't necessarily be a direct meeting to that person, because the estate agent might not know that person and probably won't, but we know the trusted connection who's in My Most Trusted is using our extension, and that individual will meet them, and that individual will then do the recommendation. So you're meeting somebody to meet somebody. And if you have a mindset of willingness to meet somebody, you will get these introductions coming through, and you can meet some incredible people that you would never ordinarily be able to get in front of. Because the fact of the matter is, people are getting closed to cold outreach. You will not reach them unless they come via an introduction. And that's what we facilitated here. All right. This is where it all comes together now with the Match Me feature. I hope this is you guys are going to go, is this actually real? Oh my goodness. I hope so. I really, really do. So what is this? Well, do you remember I showed you the community activity just now? Well, what it's going to do is it's going to put a score out of 10 next to their names. So when I notice that Alan has added his friend or business colleague, Altaf, Nikki's added Charles, and Andrea has added Michelle, what it's going to do is it's going to take their details and it's going to compare them with your information and who you want to meet. And it's going to rate it out of 10 as to how good of a meeting this person is for you. So in other words, instead of, think about this for a sec. Normally what I would do is I would search on LinkedIn and I would go and visit profiles one after the other, after the other, after the other. And I would see, is this profile a good person for me to meet? I don't know. And usually I just say, stuff it, I'll just connect with him anyway. Now, instead of going one by one, by one, by one, which is a time consuming process, it's going to score out of 10 just how good this individual is for you to meet. And it tells you why. For example, Michelle is a 9 out of 10. Michelle fits your criteria perfectly because she's a purchasing manager for a mining company in Toronto. So obviously it assumes that I'm looking for mining managers or mining companies in the Canadian area. So you see what it's doing is it's actually starting to look at the people in the network and start matching them specifically and telling them how and why you should or should not potentially meet them. Hopefully the penny's starting to drop. I really hope so that you guys are like, wow, like I hope so. I do. And I hope I'm getting the message across. It's, you know, for me, it's amazing. For my team, it's amazing. But for you guys might be like, I don't know. Don't know how good this is. But you know what I'm trying to say. So here's another example. These are all what we would call second degree trusted connections. In other words, I don't know any of these people. I don't know Altaf. I don't know Charles. I don't know Michelle or John or Brigitte. I don't know them, but I know Alan and I know Nikki and I know Andrea and I know Richard and I know Celeste. So I know these people well, right? They're part of my trusted connections. So if I want to meet Altaf, I push the button, request introduction. But instead of me looking through them, it scored them all. Now, I know she's 1 out of 10. She doesn't really fit my criteria. This is just a demo to show you how it's working. And in fact, in the actual version, which is being tested now, it actually gives you a much longer reason and gives you 3 bullet points and specifically says in detail why you would make a good partner for this person or why they would make a good client for you based on your criteria. We're even going to be doing it on LinkedIn profiles. You see, it says 8 out of 10. The same concept is going to apply. So while you're on LinkedIn visiting profiles, because My Most Trusted, you've registered for My Most Trusted, which takes about 15 seconds. You answer a couple of questions, which takes another 30 seconds, because we want to know who do you want to get in front of? Well, I want to meet mining people in Canada. Right, great, excellent. Once we know that, as you go through LinkedIn and you start going through, it's going to score them as you meet them and trusted connections, and it starts to give you. Now, this is primarily a premium feature, so you would need to upgrade to premium to get most of this, but not all of it. You will still get some matching on the free version, but this is a hard cost expense. I wish I could make it all free and keep it free forever, guys, but we literally had to integrate into AI systems. We've had to build tech. We get billed every time this happens. So to run hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these per person, it costs us money. We just simply cannot do it for free. So, you know, we really had to get into a point where we wanted to add features that are so incredibly brilliant that you guys will go, my God, $24. I mean, like, where do I sign? Do it. So hopefully you'll do it. And again, it tells you, like, why? Instead of me reading the whole LinkedIn profile and judging for myself, which is fine if you want to do it, it tells me Scott will make the ideal partner for you because he has a global business. He loves referring. He loves introducing people to each other, and his network is huge. So it'll actually tell me, but it's specific to you. If you are looking for mining people in Toronto, but somebody else is looking for coaches in London, then the scores for me are going to be completely different than for the scores of the other user. It's literally scoring them as we go. And I'm hoping this is a game changer for people because it will actually even guide you as to how to meet that person. So in other words, don't reach out to Scott cold if you don't know Scott. Look at his trusted connections, see who you know. It'll give you an alert and it'll tell you, don't meet Scott cold, meet Tom Matson. Tom is a member of My Most Trusted or is one of your friends already. Ask Tom and say, hey, Tom, you know the Scott guy, why don't you give me a referral, please? Here's my reason. And we give a little bit of coaching around those reasons as well. I am not going to accept a LinkedIn or any connection request from someone that goes, Hey, Scott, introduce me to Tom Matson because I want to sell Tom the biggest insurance policy he's ever seen in his life. Come on, let's do it. Doesn't work like that. Goes back to the words before: win-win, synergy, partnerships. You will get lots of business as if you become a listener instead of a talker. And we work with a lot of business networks that teach that, and we support business networks that teach that. So if you belong to a business network and you would like to partner with us, please talk to me. I would really love to partner with your network on this. When two people get introduced to each other, and you might have seen these going around LinkedIn, I've just introduced two amazing people to each other, Gemma and Tony. It'll score them on LinkedIn live. So while people are getting introductions, and we're looking at doing this through posts, we're growing this, like it's just amazing. But because they're already in our network, we can score them and show you how to get an introduction to them. So as you like checking out LinkedIn, it now actually really becomes valuable, because it just gives score, and tells you the reason why. Finally, with regards to scoring, those that are currently using white labeled versions, so we have our core version of My Most Trusted, which is mymosttrusted.net. You can install it now, you can run it, you can use it. But we have over 30, and we're currently in negotiations with another 30. And some of you guys are on this call, networking groups around the world and business clubs around the world who are using a white label. In this case, it's green. This is just an example of a white labeled version, a green one. And what it'll do is, in your network, if let's say you belong to a business network that has 100 members in it, it will score all the 100 members for you and tell you which of those 100 members in the network would be a great meeting for you to have. This is a beautiful, amazing thing that you guys can use in your business network, because you've got 100 people and you don't know who you should meet. Should I meet these people? Shouldn't I? Now I can score them. We're not replacing humanity here. Let me make that clear. We're just making it a little bit quicker and easier for you guys to be able to meet people within a network. But when it gets even better is that it will not just score the people in your network, it'll also score their trusted connections. So it'll go through Alex Moses's 89 trusted connections, maybe not all at once, maybe step by step. It'll go through Alex's 89 trusted connections and said, listen, Scotty, you've just met with Alex, right? Okay, I've just met with him. You know, Alex has got 89 trusted connections, and 4 of those trusted connections are 8 out of 10 or more. Here they are. Ask Alex now if you can quickly get a meeting with them, and he'll give you that referral. This is I hope this is a game changer. And, you know, I know, Cherie, you're going to be looking at the chat, because I'm not looking at the chat at the moment, but hopefully some nice positive comments are coming through, because like, I think this is a game changer. So this is what it's about. So let's just stop before I go to some of the other premium versions and just see what some of you guys say. Yeah, some pretty good comments coming here. Hey, if you focus on the quality of your life will be determined by the quantity of your contribution. That's right. It's improving the lives of others. Paul, I know you understand that completely. You know, really giving back, you know, and people love making introductions in business. They love it. And requesting an introduction instead of waiting to go old and gray for an introduction is a wonderful thing. We're not here to replace other introduction systems. We're here to complement and partner with anyone who wants to partner with us. Game changer, excellent, very cool. Love MNT. This is such a game changer. I'm really glad to hear that, guys. I'm overjoyed, in fact. So, going back to the difference between premium and the free version of MMT, we do a lot of stuff for free, and once again, hoping that premium is just going to wow you so much that you guys are like, wow, I have to kind of upgrade. Here's a couple of extra features, and I'll run through them quickly now. So one of the things you'll notice is when you're searching LinkedIn, I've zoomed in a little bit here. If I search for a lawyer, this little on the right-hand side pops up and says, make the search on My Most Trusted. I have a dream. And that dream is that people use our search as much, if not more, than the LinkedIn search. So if you want to search for a lawyer on LinkedIn, this little button over here will run the same search in My Most Trusted, because I believe that My Most Trusted is going to give you a much better quality results. You might not have as many results, but the quality of the people in this network is on a whole new level. And every single person is a real authentic person, because they've been added one by one, bit by bit, into My Most Trusted. So you'll notice that this happens. So that's now available. That's actually on the free version as well. That's free version, but the advanced search isn't. And the advanced search basically means that if you upgrade to premium, you can search our entire network. And then the last 2 weeks since I did this presentation around the world, it's now gone up to almost 22,000 people. We've had like 2,000 more people in the last 2 weeks. So you've got an incredible amount of people that you can join. So you will be able to search the entire 20,000 network and with premium, whereas on the free version, you're limited to first and second. So as you add more trusted connections, you can see their trusted connections. You will also, in the free version, of course, see people in your business network if your business network uses a white label of My Most Trusted. So you will have that included in the free version as well. But you can search the entire global network of 20,000 people with the premium version. In the premium version, you can search by company name and city now as well. So this is relatively new, especially city. Let's say you want to meet, you really want to get an into IBM in Holland. You can type country. It's just like a LinkedIn search. You can type country, Netherlands, and you can type company IBM, and it'll tell you you can search the whole database. If you're a premium member, if you're not, you can just search second degree, and it tells you if anybody in your network knows anyone in IBM, and they can give you an in. It's so old fashioned. Like, honestly, I look at this and I'm like, my God, this is the same thing they did 100 years ago in business, 1,000 years ago. You know, can you imagine? Hello, old boy, who have you met today? Oh, I've met the head of the Bakers Guild. Oh, good. Well, let's toast and brandy, and you introduce me to the Bakers Guild, and I'll introduce you to the Candlestick Makers Guild, and then we can introduce each other, and we can be successful for the rest of our lives. Wonderful, old boy. Yes, let's drink our brandy. So this is it's so old fashioned, but it's like we've lost that because we have these vanity metrics. We are just constantly trying to get more followers and more people and more connections. It means nothing, guys. What matters is the key people, those 5 people, 10 people, 20 people in your network that give you 80% of your revenue. And looking after and nurturing those people should be a top priority. And we want to help you make it a top priority and give you the ability to make introductions to their networks. This is our dream. This is our dream. This is our dream. And as you can see in the search, you can search your first degree, trusted contacts, your trusted contacts, second degree, the trusted contacts of your trusted contacts, and expanding to the whole network now, which is, as I said, was now up to 22,000. I cannot stand the way that LinkedIn and social media dictate who sees my posts and who isn't, who can't. I've spent years building up LinkedIn's trillion-dollar business for them and social media on Facebook, bringing all my friends. Yet if I post something, it's up to them to decide who sees my post, who gets my message. It infuriates me. So by taking your trusted connections out of LinkedIn, we now just simply type in a message, press send, and it will email every single one of those. Not LinkedIn message, email them. So we've linked this up to an email server. We've done it all beautifully. So it looks amazing. You can see your photograph comes in. It actually tells me you're one of Scott's trusted verified business connections. And you can send an email out to all your trusted connections. And coming soon, you'll be able to send it out just to those who are tagged. So you might want to send only to people who have been tagged in a specific way. So as you're building and creating your private network, you can categorize them with tags, and then you can send them an email. So this is one of the cool new features that we built. You just type in a message, push send, and your trusted network can receive it. I'll just rattle through these quite quickly now. You can export your trusted connections with emails to CSV. So if you want them and you want to upload them into your CRM, we will eventually build an API for this so you can push directly into your CRM. But you can export your emails to CSV, and you can import them into your own system. Off you go. And then you can do that if you want to. So you'll be able to do that. It's got the email addresses, it's got contact information, sometimes even phone numbers, and all that, because it's your trusted connection. So you have the right to that data. So still the odd person that says to me, but what about data privacy protection? Well, you honestly going to tell me that I'm not allowed to have my own little book with my people I know and trust, like family, friends, people I trust in business. I'm not allowed to have that because of data privacy. It's absolute nonsense. You have the data in your private network. It's not like LinkedIn and social media that sell your data. No one can touch this data except you. So in a way, you're taking back the power of your data and you're putting it into your own trusted network. You will also get access to the premium lounge to meet other premium users. So we'll start a little bit of networking. We are not a networking organization. We're not here to get you to network. That's why we work with networking groups around the world. And if you belong to a networking group, please tell them to come and join. Let's partner. We can have a white label version of this, and you guys do the networking in your preferred networks. What we do is we facilitate the introduction process. So in a way, it's a bit like networking, but you don't go out to, we don't do business networking events. We just facilitate the introduction process and help you get in front of really, really great people. And whether or not you have a business networking group or business club that you belong to or not, you can still enjoy the benefits of My Most Trusted. But we hugely support business networking groups that bring real humans together in the authentic spirit of business to business relationships. We support you. We salute you. Yes. So we also do use a little bit of AI and ask ChatGPT, because we do these things called personality tests. So you're limited with the free version, but you can do them with the free version. And in the premium version, they are unlimited. Here's an example. Here's Cherie's profile summary. Instead of me going through Cherie's whole LinkedIn profile, it summarizes it for me in one paragraph. So MMT, My Most Trusted, will summarize an entire LinkedIn profile for you in one paragraph. It'll even do a personality summary for you. So it tells me, estimates, obviously it's not 100% accurate, that where Cherie is on the DISC profile, where she is on Myers-Briggs, where she is on Enneagram, and actually gives personality, so you know. And 3 great things that get Cherie excited. So before you have a meeting or when you want to message them, you can see what makes this person excited, and you can use that in your messaging. Really useful. And we're currently in negotiations with some really, really great alternatives to DISC and Enneagram and that sort of thing. And we're very, very excited. So hopefully we'll be able to share some news for you that we're taking this personality stuff to a whole new level, but at the same time, still making it really, useful and human. You can also ask ChatGPT to read that person's LinkedIn profile and write a message or ask it questions. For example, using specific information contained in, let's say, Cherie's LinkedIn profile, write a letter to Cherie, inviting her to attend a free industry event. Write it like a rap song. These are the kind of things that you can do. It's amazing. It's really great. Now, this is a feature, just so you guys know, there are tools out there right now that charge $10, $20, $30 a month just for this feature. This is bundled into My Most Trusted, and it comes with a limitation for free, and then it comes with the My Most Trusted Premium as well. You can edit this. A few people have asked me if we can edit this. Yes, you can. You'll be able to use the edit button, and you can create the profile. Because some people go, well, I'm not a D, I'm an I, and I don't like the way people can see that I'm a D when I'm actually an I. So you'll be able to go in and edit to, and play around with that yourself. So it's one of the things we have built in due to popular demand. You can also request as many introductions as you like. On the free version, you can request 5 per month, and you can request as many as you like on the premium. That's actually asking for introductions and asking for referrals and asking for recommendations. And this is a little button here. So for example, Zach Mason, if I want to meet Zach, I push the request introduction button. I then give a reason why I want to meet Zach. And I ask Jason to please introduce me, and then Jason can say yay or nay if that introduction. This is amazing. It's just never, ever be scared to ask for an introduction. Just hit the button, push the button, hit that request introduction button, and ask for those introductions. It really, guys, you can meet incredible people. Everyone in this room, I'm willing to bet, will give a referral or an introduction to someone they know and trust, to somebody else they know and trust, hands down. And they probably won't even ask for anything in return. That's another question. People say, well, what do they get? Well, it's give, get. It's give, get. It's not, if you want to offer them a percentage of a referral commission, go for it. That's not really what we're about, but you can do that if you want to. But the number of referrals and introductions that take place purely just out of the spirit, and the fact that you at least have a record that that introduction was made. We keep a record of those introductions, so you have your own private list of all the people in the past that you've made introductions to, so that you can go back and follow them up. Most people just give introductions. They don't even keep a record of them. So we do that for you as well. So guys, this is where we at with premium. I hope so. This is our thank you, friends and family launch. It's only going on for another 7 days. So to our 3,000 plus users who have supported us since we were a mere sapling in the forest of business networking, we're offering you guys a pre-launch special at $24 a month. That's a third of the price of Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It's a third of the price. There's no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. And the price will double after the 1st of September. And then, so this is really for people that have really stuck with us through the bugs. We still got bugs, still got bugs. So this is just for you guys to say, we love you guys. We want to say thank you. I wish I could give it to you all for free, but we can't. It's too expensive to run. There are absolute hard costs involved in this. So we just want to make it as cheaply as possible. And for you guys to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. The way that you do it is you just, once you've got MMT installed, it'll ask you in the top right hand corner to upgrade, and you just click the button and you go through, and it's done for you. My team has done an unbelievable job. Warren and Joe, Joe, last weekend he had to do a whole bunch of fixes. Could LinkedIn make a change? He was up late nights, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning. You guys are absolute legends. The team, obviously, Cherie and Gemma, everybody, the whole lot. Ruan, Nikki, everyone, from accounts to design to everything. Guys, we've put so much effort into this. Like, I can't even begin to tell you, because we truly just have to create a world, an authentic world where people in business can work with other authentic people in business. That's what we want to create. And we don't want to replace business networking groups. We want to support you guys and give you something that can really, really turn on this world, this global village that we have created, and even local village of authentic referrals and introductions. So sign up now, get $24 per month. There's no contract period, guys. It's not one of those, oh, Scott, is it $24 a month? But it works out to $24 a month. If you pay for 5 years up front, then it works out to, I hate that. It drives me nuts. No, it's $24 a month. If you want to buy for a year, it's $240, and then you get a year's up front. So you get 2 months free. You pay for 10 months, get 2 months. So you can opt out at any time. It's not one of your names. I hate contracts, long-term contracts. And then I said, guys, from the 1st of September, this doubles. So hopefully, I really hope we've blown you away with what you've seen today, guys. Everything you need is in the Chronicles of My Most Trusted. We can put this in the chat. Cherie can put this in the chat now. It's a series of videos. And in the series of videos, it goes meticulously. It tells you about how to do it, how to work up the trust meter, how to give referrals, how to get referrals, et cetera, et cetera. And then we're going to be rolling out the white labeled versions and premium on those white labeled versions next month after this initial launch is done. So there's some incredibly exciting things. So these videos will take you through. You can see beautifully designed, very simple. Work your way up the trust meter, and then, yeah, guys, and then off you go. It's really that simple. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to take some questions and answers, but for newcomers, I'm going to open up the chat. All right. The breakout room. I'm going to open up the breakout room, and you can go for newcomers, go into the newcomers breakout room. But I'd love to do first, and I'm going to stop sharing now just because I can look at you guys. I would really love you guys to give me brutally honest feedback. That's not the link, sorry. I've just put the wrong link in there. It'll be in the description if you're watching the video. Brute feedback. I want you guys, this is confidential feedback. I would love you guys to just, your name is not associated to this. If you could just click on that link and just type in that box what you thought of today. Because guys, lives are on the line. We're putting so much into this. I want you to be honest and say, Scott, no, you talk too fast. I don't know. Scott, I don't know what the hell. I don't know what's going on. So I really want you guys to be honest with me. Just give me honest, brutal feedback, especially if you're not going to use it. If this is not for you, please tell me why. What are we missing? What do I need to do? What whips need to be cracked? What carrots need to be dangled? What golden light at the end of the tunnel needs to be shone that we can make this worth your while? It would be hugely appreciated. There, I'll put the link there to the feedback. You'll see it says feedback there. Michael, you should see it there. He's asking for it there. It says feedback. I'm now going to open the breakout room, and then the rest will do Q&A. Okay, but for newcomers, just going to click open all rooms. There's a new breakout room called MMT Newbies. Please, can I ask you guys, if you're a newbie, to jump into this, and also if you are not a newbie, if you're a newbie but you don't know, if you're a newbie to Zoom and you don't know how to get into a breakout room, raise your hand. and let me know, and I'll put you before we start doing the Q&A. So
Sorry.
breakout rooms, there should be 3 dots at the bottom of your Zoom, and it says go into breakout room if you're a newbie. So it says breakout rooms, and it'll say, there's the newbies.
Okay, cool. Scott, can I just quickly, before I go to the newbies room, someone had asked, how do they actually get the link to the premium upgrade? Can you just explain to everyone that there is obviously lots of opportunities within the extension when you upload it to upgrade. So if you want to just expand on that. I'll be going into the breakout room now to help anyone new who wants to join.
Awesome. Thanks, Cherie. So you guys can join Cherie in the newbies room if you want. If anybody does anyone not know how to do that? Quickly just raise your hand and I'll allocate you if you want to go in. Cherie, you're not a newbie. Anyone else need to go into that room? I think we're all good, hey? I think I recognize everybody here. Okay, well, let's do some Q&A then. So how are you guys feeling? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who would like to volunteer?
Absolutely love what you created. And whenever I tell people about it, it's really easy for me because I show them when I'm talking on one-on-ones with people, I have the extension, right? So they see my most trusted when I share that LinkedIn page. And a lot of people are like, "Ooh, I want to be part of that." And so I tell them, being able to connect with real people and know that they're real people in this community is key, because there's so many people on Facebook and LinkedIn that aren't real people, and they're stealing our information. They're trying to connect with us. And so what you've created and the ability to be able to keep track of who you're introducing. I introduce people all the time. And my most trusted gives me the ability to know, hey, I connected these people. It keeps track of all that information. It saves me so much time. And everything. I just connected you to someone and it did the LinkedIn post and said, hey, look who just connected. And it gives a snippet of each person. And that to me is also huge, because again, it's pulling the great information about each of these people. I can put my own twist on it and I can post it out there. People are getting acknowledged, which is bringing people in front of me saying, hey, Michelle just introduced these people. Look at her connecting this person. Look at her connecting that person. It's a great way to build relationships, build your community, and it's all in a beautiful state-of-the-art technology. Like, it's a no-brainer. It's fantastic.
Oh, Michelle, thanks so much. You're definitely one of the great raving fans who uses it so beautifully, and I really appreciate those kind words. It's we put a lot of work, and then of course now you'll start to, as we start rolling out the scoring, you're going to start seeing that, and that's the ability for it to actually find people and match you with people that you're looking to get in touch with, and then show you how to be introduced to them. Yeah, I don't know what else we can do to help people in business. I really don't. We're doing everything we can to help you guys to do it. So thank you so much, Michelle. Hey, Christine, another great user of MMT.
I love this, and being able to, my business, DFW Networking Diva. Networking is part of my business title, right? So it's literally what I do, having something that tracks it. So if you know somebody who's like a big connector, who loves to do connections, introduce them to this tool and they will love you, because you can keep track of who you introduce to who. That right there, that's worth the price of admission. Just that alone for any of your master connector people. So I'm just going to say, I love what you've come out with.
Yeah, Christine, thank you so much. You're a great user as well. And yes, you can see it. And again, when the scoring comes out, that'll make a difference. But yeah, we're trying to really just do our best to encourage a world that is really goes back to that old-fashioned trust. Let's work with people we trust. Let's recommend people we trust and give those introductions and referrals. And thank you, Christine, and of course, Michelle, for seeing that.